this is a really sweet little setup.
I think she's got sunglasses
she's
on.
She's got some sort of
really kind of actiony, and she comes flying out.
She comes flying out, and it was like, whoa!
Yeah.
The action.
Oh, and then suddenly you know that there's just been this major rush. Just leave the class.
Leave the class.
Just get in there and get your cash.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Screen Time. This is the channel where we like to watch movies from our childhood and revisit them and see how we feel about them.
Yeah.
Or watch the odd movie afresh.
Yeah, brand new ones.
Brand new ones.
Yeah.
And if you like this kind of content, please, we'd love
a like and a subscribe.
Absolutely.
Yes, it'd be great if you could follow us if you like this kind of stuff.
So,
what did we watch?
So this week it was a fresh watch.
It was a fresh watch. Yeah.
So this week we watched the movie Thelma.
Yeah, 2025 Thelma.
Now
How do you what?
It's a fun little movie. Shall I tell you the basic plot of this one?
Premise.
So the basic plot, I'm going to read it out because I'm always so tumbling all over my words. So anyway, Thelma Post is a 90-plus widow living independently in Los Angeles. She's tricked by a sophisticated phone scammer who pretends to be her grandson in jail and tricks her into sending $10,000 to them.
You got into an accident. What happened?
I'm in jail.
The police don't really have much time for this.
I would suggest canceling your cards and freezing your accounts until you're sure you didn't provide any information that can leave the door open to more fraud.
So she makes it her mission to hunt them down and get her money back.
That's the premise. When the movie started, what was the feel that you got from
Well,
the
I wasn't
movie?
sure what I was coming in for. It's an independent movie, and I just thought, okay, this is going to be a quiet... I thought it was going to be about age. I thought it was going to be about, the aging process or something like that. But there was something about the visual image of her on her mobility scooter that I just thought, I think
the poster.
It's kind of slightly light-hearted with this. What I've immediately realised is that it's fun, but it's not making fun.
No.
Because it takes the whole aging thing quite seriously.
Yeah.
But they do it in a way that isn't offensive. They're not the joke.
No, it acknowledges all aspects of what people are likely to experience with old age.
Yeah.
Loss of memory, all of those sorts of things.
Yeah.
And it all contributes to how the movie runs and what happens on her adventures.
Yes.
All of those aspects actually become part of the film.
What I love about it is that it's like a fish out of water story, because obviously right from the very beginning, over the titles, you can just hear the audio of her and her grandson just having a chat, and he's trying to maneuver her through working on the computer.
Okay. No, wait.
What?
Wait.
He's like, no, the scroll is here, the scroll wheel's here, and this scroll makes it do this. So he's explained, and we've all been in these scenarios where you have to explain to other people how to function these things. And they're from a completely different generation that wasn't digital. It was all analog and button pushing and stuff like that. This is a really sweet little setup, and the relationship between her and the grandson was fantastic. You could tell he's just like absolutely adores her.
He absolutely adores her and wants to spend time with her.
That is dumb name.
No, that's the whole thing. He does it all himself.
Wow.
The moments that he has with her when he's showing her how to use all the technology, because she's lost her husband, she's on her own. So she's communicating with her friends, it's kind of just forwarded messages, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And she wants to click and watch these short little videos.
I think the video is of her husband.
Yeah, and she wants to look back on videos. They've probably
videos.
digitized things of her husband, and she's reminiscing and wants to look back. Those moments with her grandson at the start of the movie really made me think about our nan. When I was younger, and obviously there's an age gap between me and you, but
Don't put it.
I'm the youngest. So anyway, when she was always around when I used to come back from school, and I would, play, I don't know, Mega Drive or my PC or something, and she would want to have a go. And it was watching her, she was always so heavy-handed with the buttons. If you have to
Yeah.
press left and right, the car would veer off and hit the wall.
Yeah, there was no subtlety in
No, it was
Yeah.
never little
Yeah.
taps. Watching this movie, it was so similar to that. And she would press A and you get loads and loads of A's.
Yes.
And I loved that because it was so similar, and
It's
it threw me back.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I thought it was so endearing. Just that relationship that we had with her. It was that's what actually engaged me right from the start.
Yeah.
I'm just not really sure what my selling points are at the moment.
Well, you're a wonderful grandson.
It was just a lovely way of looking at old age. And I mean, when we watched the movie, we actually watched it together, and we watched it with our parents.
Yes.
I was wondering when we were watching it how they were
How they would
feeling,
react to it,
but
yeah.
actually they really enjoyed it because
Yeah.
they were laughing at those moments
Yes.
because they
Well,
go through
They're
those
going
moments.
through those moments. And as you get older, I mean, we're all going to go through it. We're all going to go through losing faculties and hearing, whatever. So I think it's one of those movies that you can watch when you're young, you can watch. So I think it's going to age really well, this movie, because I think people will come back and revisit it and get different things out of it.
All my friends are dead.
What? Don't say that.
Well, it's true. They're all popping off.
I think it's a really clever film.
Yeah.
It uses aspects of, the tools that are now used for like hearing
Yeah.
aids, being able to adjust hearing aids on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
They actually use that as part of the plot.
Yes.
They share hearing aids so that they can communicate. So they're
Yes.
not using walkie-talkies.
No.
They're able to communicate through their hearing aids and hear what each other are experiencing.
Microphone enabled. Hearing aid connected.
I got scammed.
And it's all of that aspect that makes it so clever. It's using things which are helping us in our old age, but it's part of it.
It's twisting it.
It's used for humour as well, but
Yeah.
as you say, not taking the mickey out of it.
Yeah. And she's wearing this security device. Basically, it's a tracker so that, she can always be found and stuff. So all of these things are introduced quite early on in the film. It's like, she's got a tracker, she's got her hearing aid. And there's something else as well. Is it a heart rate monitor? Oh, no. The heart rate is for the son, the grandson, because he suffers from anxiety. So these little bits of technology start to get used in ways that they're not designed for.
No.
They like to further the plot. And I right from the beginning of it, I was like, okay, this is really clever. They're going to set this up.
Wait,
Her lifeline.
What is it? You have a location?
And what I also loved about this is that what she ends up having to do is something relatively mundane. It's something that we deal with every day, as like forgery and fraud and stuff like that. But she takes it so personal. Yeah. And what I love is that they twist the story so that it becomes this action adventure film. The minutest thing, like, walking to the mall or
post office.
or the post office or whatever becomes this mission, and it is a rip-off of Mission Impossible because there's all these references to Tom Cruise. They're watching Mission Impossible at the minute, and then you've got things like the music's like
Yeah.
And there's even a scene where she's on her mobility scooter that she steals.
She does, yes.
She steals the mobility
from her friend.
From her friend, she steals it. And then there's a scene where she takes a sharp turn and it lifts one wheel, like almost like in Speed with the bus. She's going so fast on this thing. So there's little nods like that to this, and I just
That's
thought,
right, yes, because somebody goes to press the automated doors, press the button for the doors,
Yes.
and she comes flying out.
And it was like, whoa, and she comes bombing through, and she's only going like 3 miles an hour, but it's just brilliantly done.
There's also the aspect of, as you say, with memory. Every person that she meets on the street, she's like, have we met before?
Well, there's that commonality of age.
Yeah.
So I think that the more people, obviously, as you get older, all your friends around you dwindle and die. So if you do see someone your age, you're more likely to know them because, or hope that you know them.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know Judy Miller?
I don't think so. Do you know Ellen? Ellen Marcus.
So every time there's somebody of her age, she's going, they stand there for ages going, Do you know Janet? Or
Yeah.
do you know,
Some
Deirdre?
link,
Or
some link
no?
to connect them.
Then I don't know.
Don't know you at all.
There's another aspect of it as well. When she's going up, as you were saying before, it's the mundane things, the things that we would look at and go, well, that's not difficult at all. Another thing is, stairs.
Yeah.
And I just didn't think anything about it. But when she goes round to her friend's house to go and get the gun from the bedroom, it's 2 stories.
Yes.
And the way the camera pulls back and she's looking up and it's like
a vertigo shot, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, whoa, these stairs. And you just think, of course, it's going to take a while and it's going to be hard to do that.
They show a lot of the things that are, relatively simple for people of our age, etc. And just going up to finding something on the top of the cupboard, she has to maneuver herself onto the bed and roll and then stand on this bed, which is obviously, uneven.
Yeah.
To get what she needs.
Yeah. And I love that scene because she mishandles the gun and it shoots a hole straight through the ceiling, straight behind where her friend is chatting to the lady who lives there. And it's like, I think it breaks a vase or something.
It does something, and because they're all hard of hearing,
they're like,
what was that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But also, it is serious as well. Yeah. The same scene, the friend that they go to visit, you don't realise initially she's a very well-to-do lady.
Yeah.
Did we make a date? Oh, no. We were in the neighborhood. I would have put shoes on.
She's sitting there, she's watching a programme on nature.
Well, I think what it is, it's one of those channels that they put on for if you have Alzheimer's.
But we don't know that when we first arrive.
We don't know that when we
there.
first see it,
so
and it's only when
she's sitting there, she's having a cup of tea. They go and she's like, oh, how are you? We need to do lunch. And it's that kind of conversation. And it's only when she comes back downstairs and her friend turns to her and goes, oh, how are you? And says the same thing again. And it's obviously something that she's so comfortable with knowing. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing she knows. And, if it hadn't been said the second time, we wouldn't have known.
No.
No, I was just in the neighborhood. I would have put my shoes on.
The movie has a heart to it, and it is fun and games, but there's a little undertone where it's like, yes, but there is this aspect, and it does make you wonder if it's all going to be fun and games throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit like, fingers crossed, we don't touch on that.
Well, that's right.
Because you get so attached to the characters.
Yeah, exactly. There's moments in there where they're very vulnerable. She has an argument with Ben, who's her best friend, who she's stolen the scooter off. And eventually he's like, oh, I'll come with you on this adventure. And they're in the middle of Los Angeles, it's in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And they had this argument because she wants to do something. And he's like, this is crazy. Contact your family. Your family are important. They love you.
If I listened to you, I'd be your roommate by now. Go home, Ben. You don't want to be here.
We should call your family.
But she's like, no, I need to do this. He's like, you are stubborn. You are so stubborn. And they break up.
I'm not waiting.
And she finds herself alone because this car smashes into the mobility scooter. So she's just walking, and she's walking across this sort of, waste ground, really. And she falls. And there'd been a huge conversation earlier with Ben about how the fact that his hearing had let him down because his wife fell and he didn't hear her fall, and his wife dies. And so he's got this haunting him. So you get this echo of the same thing, of her falling. And she basically, the scene, when she falls back and she resigns to the fact that she's not going to get up again, she takes her hearing phones out and just is looking up at the sky and this plane going across. And you think, oh, this is it. She knows where she is, what's going to happen. And then, of course, Ben comes in and redeems himself by hearing her and rescuing her.
And doing that manoeuvre.
Yeah, doing the special
to lift
manoeuvre.
her up.
Yeah, that's right. what did you think of the cast? We had June Squibb playing Thelma Post.
I don't think I've seen her in anything else. I was when I was watching it, I was thinking, have I come across this actress before? And I don't think I have, but she was great.
She was great.
Oh, come on.
Actually, I'd like to look up and
Hunt her
see
out.
what other
I know
movies.
she's in a film that's just been released this year. Again, obviously she's playing an older lady.
Of course, yeah.
But I've forgotten the name
But
of
that's
it.
lovely.
Yeah.
It's lovely to know that people are being cast in
Yeah.
that age group.
Exactly.
You know, that
Yeah.
there is content.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I loved about this movie. It was many different generations.
Yeah,
You know, you
yeah.
had Parker Posey playing as well.
Yes, he was fantastic in this.
Ellen is calling.
What?
Ellen is calling. I'll call you back.
What's going on?
My mother got a call from Daniel.
Let's talk about the grandson. His name is Daniel, and the actor is called Fred Heschinger. And I've seen him more in other stuff, actually. He's in Gladiator 2. He plays one of the crazy...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he's got quite a range on him, and he's
Yeah.
absolutely adorable in this film.
Yeah.
Hit a pregnant woman? Like I struck her with my fist?
Oh, no. It was a car accident.
But the relationship he has with his grandmother is fantastic.
Yeah.
But he's going through his own traumas. I mean, as a young man, he's going through the fear of being not enough, not intelligent enough. He doubts himself.
Yeah.
And the trauma for him in this movie is him losing his grandma.
I'm gonna take a walk.
Can we go with you?
I'll go with him.
I want to go with him.
He doesn't understand where she's gone. How could he lose her?
Yeah, he takes it all on his shoulders,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
And in some ways, the parents kind of put a lot of that on his shoulders.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mom.
Don't yell.
I'm sorry. I'm upset.
Because I think obviously he's growing up and they are putting a lot of pressure on him. You need to do this, you need to do that.
You need to do your license.
You need to do your license. And the thing is, it's they're kind of chaotic in themselves anyway. The two of them together are quite a chaos. So.
You just have to ignore all your instincts and trust the technology.
Technology is what got us into this mess in the first place.
I think that first scene when the initial robbery for Thelma has happened and she's got everyone together and then they discover that nothing's happened to her grandson at all.
Yes.
And so they're all having this manic discussion and then they're like, oh, well,
Nothing
he's here,
happened.
nothing happened,
Nothing
everything's sorted. And then she's like, yeah, but I did send the money.
That was hilarious.
And
their
it's like,
reaction.
oh, and then suddenly you know that there's just been this major rush to report it.
Yeah.
You're safe. It's all that matters.
But I sent the money.
Oh, but I mean, but that scene is chaos. They're all talking over each other.
Yeah.
It is very chaotic, and I think that is just. And when when the grandson, mum and dad are in the car, and they've worked out, oh, she's her location. It's buzzing her location.
Yes.
Just trying to get there. They're all arguing about what route he should take.
He's not on the speed
And
limit. He's not going
and
fast.
it's just the way that the family is, and I think they actually need Thelma there to add an element of stability.
Yeah, it's
grounding.
almost like she sort of, keeps them almost, she's like the mediator almost between them all. Talking about that scene, I mean, I love that section because that's when they start using some of the equipment that she's got in a way that would be used in the Mission Impossible movies. So she's got her sensor that tells them where she is, and she literally lobs this tracker over the fence, and it's right by a bin or something, while she does the getaway, her and Ben on the mobility scooter. That is just such a great, clever use of it, isn't it?
It's really clever. I mean, one of the things that is quite funny about it is they do use these sort of drone shots when she first disappears and she's sort of run away from the family's eyes. They do this drone shot over like LA and you're like, oh my goodness, where is she? She's somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But when you actually think about it, how much battery charge is there in a mobility scooter? How far do you think they actually went?
I don't know.
Because that is what's quite funny about it, because there's all these the camera, they do all these big wide shots. You've got the drone shot. You've got when she's walking across the field and she falls. It's a lot of land, but not much there. And I think and also when the night shot, when they've parked up the scooter and they're having the argument.
Yeah.
And you're looking down on them and there's like a
big
road
Yeah.
and not much there. It's like warehouses. And it kind of tries to portray that they're away, they're distant, they're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
We are crazy.
But I mean, in some ways, they could just be round the corner. But
I
you
mean,
just don't know that.
yeah.
But that's what's quite clever about it.
What I also add to that, I love that drone shot because it was almost played for laughs in some ways, because the last words that's said by the aides at the old people's home, and they're like going, they generally don't go very far. And then it cuts to this drone shot over LA, and it's like, oh my God, they could be anywhere in this
like,
place.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They rarely go far.
We also had Malcolm McDowell, who was in Clockwork Orange, and he's in one of the Star Trek movies and stuff. But he plays the main guy who is the fraudster, who is the, what do you call it?
The thief.
The thief.
He was the thief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. I made mistakes too, but let's not make another.
Yeah, and again, there's a similarity because he has a grandson, but the relationship he has with his grandson is completely different to what Thelma has with hers.
Yeah.
My money, Harvey.
Michael! Coward.
Thelma absolutely respects her grandson and is very supportive. And then...
Yes, everything that Thelma says and does with her grandson is always about lifting him up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's trying to make him feel good about himself.
You can do anything.
You can do anything, and you can do it without me.
Yeah.
Whereas Malcolm McDowell's character, everything is, you know, putting the thumbs down on his grandson.
And he's just using him as well. He calls him an idiot or something.
Yeah.
And I think it's because when they go into the computer, the password is password.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, dumb idiot.
That's cute. Goddamn dumb password, Michael.
But he's using his grandson for this technology, but it's his idea to scam these people. When there's a confrontation between Thelma and him, there's that really great interplay where she uses his opinion of his grandson against him by saying, well, you know, I don't know if you heard it, but I heard it. He called you this.
He called you a dumbass. He said it quietly, but I heard it.
It unstabilizes everything for her to get the upper hand a little bit.
They discover the people that have robbed her are working from the back of a lighting store.
That's right.
And so they go to this lighting store.
I'm going to go in and try to talk to them. If things get funny, you go for help.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's quite a mission in there, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, that's brilliant.
They share hearing aids,
and then they sort of adapt on the app.
Yeah.
And so they can,
so she can
it's like
speak,
an intercom
and
between,
like,
and so he's like going, you know, this store is full of hazards. So
it's
she's
like
walking,
an assault
it's like an assault course, yeah. So she's walking through and he goes, watch it, there's a lead on the floor. Step over that, step over. She's like, oh, step over.
Well done.
So well done.
Be careful.
Oh, and
Watch
then she
Watch your
accidentally
head.
hits something and she's like, oh no, I've got to clear it up. He said, what are you doing? Focus. You've got to get through this.
Don't clean up.
Don't clean up.
Which is like the natural thing that people of that age group do, don't they?
If they break
need,
something, they're like, oh
but
no.
it's glass, it's dangerous.
It's a mess.
Don't clean.
Well, you have to with glass. It's not right.
Leave the glass.
Leave the class.
Just get in there and get your cash.
Yeah. And that's when she then comes face to face with
Malcolm McDowell. Yeah.
And
who isn't in a good state really
No.
himself. He's on an oxygen. He's on oxygen.
Yeah, he's on oxygen. But what I love is the duality between them, because it's like their relationship, her and her grandson, and him and his grandson, is just completely different.
This other character is constantly pushing his grandson down. I mean, with everything, that even with the day-to-day, they're doing something, well, they're doing fraud and they're doing something so negative.
Negative, yeah.
Whereas she is only doing positives.
Yeah.
I'm not your grandma. But if I was, I'd tell you there comes a time when you can't listen to anyone but yourself.
I mean, he's only thinking about himself
Yeah.
and his, and you can understand it in some ways from his point of view because he's on oxygen. Obviously, his insurance and his medical bills are really high, and the shop isn't doing very well. But ultimately, he's in a position where he could have his life a different way.
That relationship with her grandson really comes up trumps at that point as well, because you know, from the beginning of the movie, you know that she's been learning how to operate
Yes.
online,
Yes.
how to close windows down.
Look for
And
the
so
X. Look for the X.
You know, again, it's taking all those things that we would take for granted.
What is that? It's a shoe.
It looks like a shoe. It's a shoe.
For her, it's like, there's shoes for sale or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And he's like, it's an advert. You need to look for the X. But it's not
doesn't
always
always
red, you know.
It's not
and
always red. They hide
Yeah,
it.
so even something like that is a mission.
Yeah.
Lincoln Mutual.
Yup, it's an app. You need to find the X.
Well, there's no red X.
Well, it highlights the difference between like digital natives and people that were brought up with analog, and the two are so different.
It makes you realise just how many things are difficult and how many things are different and how we just take so many of that for granted. It does make you worry that, you know, when you get to the age group, goodness knows
We'll
what's
be
going to
looking
be.
for the X and they'll be like, no, it's a Y. It's a Y.
We talked about the music being very action-y, but I mean, I think there's also some softer moments in this movie. It kind of has peaks and troughs, doesn't it? It goes through quite a few peaks and troughs.
It does.
We got it.
When the mission is done and she's back with her grandson and she's got a black eye from the whole experience and she's back to her day to day.
Yes.
You know, it kind of brings you back down to
Yes,
earth.
that's true.
I'm not going to worry about you. You're going to be okay, Danny.
There was a moment where it echoes back to halfway through the movie where they go and visit her friend who they steal the gun from. And she is just sitting in that chair and they notice a cockroach walk across and they're like, you've got a she goes, is it a roach?
Is it a roach?
Or they're tough to get, you know.
You've got to pick your
you've
battles.
got to pick your battles. You've got
Yeah.
to pick your battles, and you know, I'm going to leave that.
You get one, there are 10 more to replace him. I've learned to pick my battles.
And there's an echo of that at the end where Thelma's sitting on the sofa and she's quietening down again, and she's sort of just,
and she's been through her routine.
She's been through her routine. She's back in her routine.
Yeah.
And there's a great scene because the cockroach is just across, and the camera lingers on this cockroach just sitting really still on the floor. And suddenly, whap! There's like a newspaper that smacks down on it, and it's got Tom Cruise. It's got the reference to Mission Impossible again. So she's like picks it up, pops it in the bin, and then gets back to her needlecraft again. She's sitting there, and she just lets out a little like that.
Yeah, and for the viewer, you're kind of thinking, well, it's not right now.
Yeah, it's not right now.
She's not in that moment now.
Exactly.
And so you're left with a positive.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's close.
It
did make me worry for a moment.
Yeah, because they're basically showing exactly what she was doing at the beginning, and I mean, ultimately, you know, there's not a lot of time, but it's not right now.
Yeah.
You know, there is also another fantastic section in the film,
which is kind of like an ending.
It's a nod and a wink to all action movies as they've left the building and got her money. She's got her money. She's done the Mission Impossible and she's retrieved the money, put it back into her account. Because the guy's on oxygen, there's an empty oxygen container in the bin outside the front of the store. And her last parting words to the guy is like, you smoke. You shouldn't smoke when you're on air.
Oh, yes, because he goes to
she grabs a cigarette out of his hand. And so she walks out of the shop and she just sort of throws it in the bin. And they've both got their hearing aids
and they're
turned
walking
off.
slow-mo.
They're walking slow-mo away from the shop.
What?
I didn't say anything.
There's this big explosion in front of the store. And they both go, what was that? It's like they didn't hear it.
Did you say something?
Did you say something? So I thought that was perfect. For the end of that whole action section, it was perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. It ties it up into a nice, into a bow.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I probably don't need to ask if you've enjoyed this movie.
I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I thought it was such a surprise. It wasn't, I didn't know what to expect, but I was smiling all the way through. It was like absolute enjoyment, and it was just such a fresh take on this kind of thing. And as I said before, not offensive, really educational in some ways, and the characters just adorable in it. I mean, I would give it a solid 8.5, 9 out of 10.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the same. I saw the poster and it intrigued me because she's there. I think she's got sunglasses
she's got,
on.
She's
she
got
looks
some sort
really
of
kind of actiony.
Yes.
And that intrigued me. But I loved the fact I didn't know anything about it and was so pleasantly surprised by it. And I think that was just the winning thing for me. So I think I will give it an 8.5.
Fantastic.
And would highly recommend. It's a really
absolutely.
lovely movie. Just if you've got nothing else going on and you just want to watch something that you have no idea about, it's a really good movie to put on.
It's super cute.
If you've enjoyed this kind of chit chat, we'd love a like and subscribe.
Yes, that'd be amazing if you could. Thank you. And also, if you haven't seen Thelma, definitely check it out. It's really good fun.
Yeah,
and,
highly recommended. Good for a Sunday watch.
Oh, yeah, perfect for a Sunday watch.
Good for a Sunday watch.
Absolutely.
Well, hopefully we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Take care.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.